Hi again! You just learned about personas, user stories, and user journeys. I'm here to help you learn how to consider accessibility in each of these. Why do we need to consider personas, user stories, and user journeys of someone with a disability? Well, people with disabilities share the same goal for any given user problem that your design is trying to solve. Additionally, accessibility is not just designing to include a group of users with varying abilities. Instead, it extends to anyone who is experiencing a permanent, temporary, or situational disability. Designing with accessibility in mind means making sure Betty, a user with only one arm, Angela, a user with a sprained wrist, and Juan, a user holding a colicky newborn, all have everything they need to stay happily on their user journeys. Betty's disability is permanent, Angela's is temporary, and Juan's is situational. But they all need to achieve their user goal with only one hand. You want to design products that can be used by everyone. As UX designers, we don't want to leave Betty, Angela, or Juan behind. It's critical to understand how a person with a disability might have a slightly different journey due to the fact that their needs may not have been addressed during the initial design process. Sometimes not addressing those needs can have serious consequences. Consider fire safety escape routes. Usually, people are advised to use the stairs to exit a building during a fire. But what about people who use wheelchairs to get around? They're not considered in those evacuation plans and maps. Accessibility should matter to all of us. Start familiarizing yourself with the experience that people with a disability might have when using digital products. It's important to have conversations with people with disabilities and immerse yourself in the assistive technology that they might use. Learning more about assistive technologies might mean watching videos of experts using them. There are plenty of videos out there demonstrating just that. Or you could even try an assistive technology yourself. Keyboard interaction models serve as a great starting point for understanding the basic interaction patterns of ATs. You might generally use a mouse pointer with your computer and not realize that there are moments when you rely on keyboard instead. For example, when you're filling out a form, like this, you might use your mouse to navigate to a new form field, like name. Then you might press Enter or Return on your keyboard to submit the form, instead of clicking the button with your mouse. Some people rely solely on the keyboard to interact with websites at all times. So, all websites need to support keyboard input and navigation to comply with the requirements of the Americans with Disabilities Act. By doing so, you also enable other ATs, like switch devices, to properly interact with the same website. It's impossible to overstate the importance of designing for accessibility. UX designers empathize with their potential users, which includes people with disabilities. Coming up, we'll explore how designing for accessibility can end up benefiting everyone too. See you there.